Scarf. आप सही हैं? चल.
Hello everybody.
चोक हो गया भाई, चोक हो गया, कोई बात नहीं.
Hello everybody.
सबसे स्टार्टिंग से करो.
Welcome everybody. The Cuchilos Club, Mr. Mayank Prasad. Hello Mayank.
ये कौन सा क्वेश्चन था?
Here.
भाई रुक दो भाई, ऐसे आ गई मेरे को.
Have you ever accidentally outshined your chef? A dish you love but hate making. Kitchen myth that chefs still believe but you think is trash.
We used to wait after 5 hours. That was the first time when I saw Thai carving.
And how do you keep your mental peace alive?
Prepare to work under pressure. What is the importance of clear communication?
Hello everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Regents Table Talk. Today we have with us the president of the very hands-on gastronomy club of the college, the Cuchilos Club. Hello Mr. Mayank, how are you doing today?
Hi Karthik, I'm doing great and thank you for having me here. It's been a great pleasure.
So Mayank, let's start with getting to know you and the club.
Yeah, I'm a final year culinary student and a culinary enthusiast and currently the proud president of Cuchilos Club. I was born in Hyderabad and been to several states of India, and from a very young age I have been seeing and witnessing various cultures, and out of all those things something which really fascinated me was the food, and that is how my love and passion towards food has been explored.
That's great. So since you're the first president of this club, how has the journey been till now? Because you have conducted a lot of events in the club.
Yeah.
As a president, how was it for you?
So honestly, the journey has been exciting, and personally for me it is more likely to learn the managerial skills, because when you are in this position you have a set of team which is working with you. Then there are multiple events lined up, and there are multiple things which is happening within the club. So yes, till this date the journey has been excited and incredible, and there is always new learning in each and every step.
I think you're right now in the 6th semester of the college, right?
Yes.
Since you'll be very busy with your placements and you're also the president of the club. So how do you manage both the aspects of your life?
So I have been elected as the president of this club, the last semester, which is 5th semester, and you were talking about the placements. The placement starts as soon as you complete your industrial training. You get into industrial training when you are in 4th semester, and you will be back into the college after 4 months of training. So you will be in 5th semester. So I'm done with my placement. I luckily cracked the OSER program of Oberoi's.
You have mentioned your placement from the campus placement, that is the OSER.
Yes.
Could you just tell us how it was and how did you get through the interviews and stuff?
So what happened is, various properties have their management training program where they select the students, they select the candidates, and they shape them in such a way that within the time span of 1 and 2 years they became a great chefs and great managers. So talking about my experience, it was good. I have been preparing for this interview from my 2nd semester. I had my personal records, I had my personal books which I used to refer, and I would like to thank all the chefs who have supported me. That's clear all my doubt.
Now coming back to the club, since it's a gastronomy club of the college, how does it mirror the real life kitchen, and how is it helpful for the professionals who are now entering into the kitchens?
Yeah, so I would say very closely. The Cuchilos is designed in such a way that it replicates the rhythm and dynamics of a real kitchen. So as soon as we start prepping for a event or a competition, so what we do is we start allocating the kitchens, we start allocating the stations, then we go by our mise en place, we work under strict timelines. We also make them prepare to work under pressure, because that is how the culinary industry works.
Since it's a club, it has a presidium and you have a set of executive members. How does this hierarchy work, and what role does each member of the club play?
As you have mentioned that we have presidium which have 5 members including me. So we have Mr. Hariteja, who is the vice president of our club. So we both together work on new initiatives, new projects, and then we have Mr. Srinivas, who is the secretary of our club, who takes care of all the administrative and paperwork. Then we have Mr. Al Samad, who is the treasurer of our club, and lastly we have Mr. Ayaz, who is the joint secretary. Then we have 12 executive members who will be taking care of the events happening within the college. They are in charges for multiple kitchens, and that is how the thing works. And we are not just here to cook food, we are here to build a community which lives and breathes food.
That's a very good tagline, Mr. Mayank.
Yeah.
For the audience's information, Mr. Mayank here has gotten many medals for his fruit and vegetable carving. So how did the journey of the carving start, the art aspect of it start with you?
So it all started when this white color scarf was blue, same like yours. So I was in first year and we had our fellow mates, BHM people. So there were multiple students who used to do carving there. So we, as the culinary students, it would sound silly, but I would say that we got it came to our ego that how these people are doing, we need to learn this thing, and then that is how it started. There was a fellow mate of mine, we used to wait after 5 and chef used to teach us, and that is how the journey began, and things became serious when I went for my first national level carving competition, which was in Bangalore. So after witnessing that competition, my vision for carving has changed, because there I saw what Thai carving is. That was the first time when I saw Thai carving, and after that competition I have practiced, and today I'm here.
As you said, you used to stay after 5 and practice with the chef. Who was your mentor back then, and how did they help you to reach the level you're at right now with the carving? Because the details and the intricacies you have in your carvings are very excellent and way par the above standard. So how did they help you?
So all credit goes to Chef Steve. Okay. So he was the first one who taught me these kind of carvings, intricate carvings. You talk about Thai, you talk about Japanese, Chinese. So Steve Chef was the first mentor of mine who taught me this art.
Since this is a very art related subject,
yes,
yet it is related to the culinary arts, how did it help you in your placements and your interviews and stuff?
So trust me, during my industrial training, this fruit and vegetable carving, because of this, the entire kitchen team used to remember me. It is fabulous when you get to know people knowing you because of your art. So it really helped me a lot, and these kind of skills I also want the viewers to know about. These kind of things. Artworks are becoming an endangered species kind of thing in our industry, because it is much more time oriented work, and nowadays no one has time inside the kitchens are busy and all.
What do you think is required for the person to learn this kind of art?
So for me it was very simple. I wanted to be different from others, and what made me different is this particular thing. So for viewers, if they want to learn this art, it is very simple. You just need a carving knife and few YouTube links of carving, and that's all.
Shifting to the other aspect of any professional, art is a very beautiful aspect of it, yet there are many required skills such as leadership and teamwork and stuff. And as you're the president of the club, I think you have a very good experience about the leadership. Could you share us details or the experience of it?
So we will talk about the kitchens which we have in our college. So we have CODs, we have ACODs, the chef of the day and the assistant chef of the days. Then we have events. So we make the students in charge of that particular event. So what happen is, when they be in this kind of position, they go under pressure, they understand what is time management, they understand what is the importance of clear communication, they understand how important it is to do your mise en place on work, allocate your work. So automatically when you be into these kind of kitchens, you would automatically learn all these kind of skills.
Like you said, kitchen is a very hectic place to work. There are different kinds of people you're working with. How do you handle the heat or the pressure of at that moment, since the kitchen is always busy? How do you manage with that stuff, and how do you keep your mental peace alive?
So talking about college, it is quite chaotic when you are very new to college. The atmosphere is completely different. You are not aware about the kitchens, you are not aware about this industry. So when you are new, of course it would take some time for you to adjust in this environment, but after some time your batchmates will become your friends, your best friends, and who knows, they might be your colleague as well. You need to be calm first of all. You need to have a very peace mind when you enter the kitchen, because your mood, the way how you are thinking affects the food also. What I strongly believe is, be calm, get inside the kitchen, do your work, listen to your chef and say yes.
So let's move on to the fun segment of the podcast, that's the fire round. So I'll be asking you a question and you have to answer the first thing that comes to your mind.
Let's go.
Conti or bakery?
Conti.
Carving knife or the chef knife?
Chef knife.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Carving or the range?
Range.
ICK or the ATK?
Of course ATK.
A dish you love but hate making?
Wellington.
Most underrated ingredient?
Mustard seeds.
You go to midnight snack?
Maggie with fried egg and leftover chili oil.
The shenanigans you have done in the kitchen when chef is not looking at you?
During our second semester, I remember we entered bakery without chef's permission. We did our practical in the morning and we kept our cakes inside the fridge. and without the permission of chef, we went inside, we had our cakes, and later we made cake for the entire college.
You have a habit of making things for the entire college, right?
Yes.
One time you faked confidence in a dish and it worked.
No.
What's a kitchen myth that chefs still believe but you think is trash?
That salt is not a seasoning, it is a flavor enhancer.
How do you handle a disaster dish when you're being watched?
I would just hide that dish somewhere. I would just hide that dish somewhere.
Have you ever accidentally outshined your chef? Don't be modest with this.
No.
Which kitchen rule do you secretly break?
I guess almost every kitchen.
What's the weirdest thing you've chopped?
Weirdest thing you have chopped?
That's a fire round, you have to be very quick.
There is nothing weird which I have chopped.
Okay. I can't believe I did that moment in the kitchen.
Behind the chef, along with my boys, I did some kind of movement and suddenly chef saw it. That was really awkward for me.
Describe what was the moment.
People who are looking this, the boys would understand what kind of mysteries we do when there is no one around us.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one ingredient that should never be in the kitchen?
Truffle, I would say.
That's it with the fire round. Now let's ask Mr. Mayank what advice he would give to the young audience who's watching this podcast.
Stay hungry not just for food but for growth also. We are not just looking for people who can cook. We are looking for your passion, your curiosity and your willingness to learn. So look up, fold your sleeves, get your hand dirty and rest we will teach you.
Who was your inspiration in the college or in the world?
I will give a very straightforward answer. So in college there is not an individual inspiration. So there are multiple chefs with whom I got to learn multiple things. So taking one name won't be justified here. So but I would say Chef Karunakar, Chef Ajit, Chef Steve, Chef Cyril, and these all helped me to be where I am today. And the biggest inspiration for me is always my dad.
That's a very great answer. That was a very insightful session with you, Mr. Mayank. I'll be looking forward to having more sessions with you like this. And with that, that's the wrap of the first episode of the Regents Table Talk. And trust me, this is just the beginning. We have got fresh episodes every week, filled with fun, inspiration, and a lot of joy. Thank you, everybody.